All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Meat and Potatoes with me, your host, Desi, as always. Now, today, we have a very special guest with us. We have a gentleman from the Department of Mathematics at Williams College, and his name is Eyvindur Eyvi Palsson. Now, wait, hold on. Did I say that correctly?
Oh, that was amazing, Desi.
Oh, well, thank you. My pronunciation is not bad. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Can I just call you Eyvi? That's kind of what you go by, right?
That's what I go with. It's like Navy, but without the N.
Oh, see, that's a good mnemonic device. Very good. I think of it as like AV, like audio, video, right? Oh, wonderful. Well, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm excited to be here.
Well, thanks for coming. Hey, well, listen, spring is coming here in Williamstown, huh? Yeah. So I'm very excited about it myself, excited to get outside and do some fun stuff. What do you like to do on a beautiful spring day here in Williamstown?
Oh, hiking is the best.
Oh, yeah? Where's your favorite place to hike?
Oh, I would think it would be Hopkins Forest.
Oh, that's a great place. It just goes on forever and ever, doesn't it? Lots of neat stuff to see back there. Oh, do you see any animals?
Deer, bunnies, but no bears.
No bears yet.
That's good.
I've seen a couple out there, usually in the fall. They come down from the mountains and, wreak havoc around here. You got to watch out.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll be careful.
All right, wonderful. Well, let's see. You are an assistant professor in mathematics at Williams College. Is that right?
That is
your
correct.
Proper title there?
Exactly.
Now, let's see. What do you do in a typical week here with your job? Like, run us through a typical week, kind of what you do.
Typical week. Okay, so for this semester, I'm teaching Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I meet with my students 9 through 11, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
But math early in the morning, huh?
Yeah, no, that's a great way to wake up. You're excited, you're curious.
Get your brain going.
Exactly. And then it's a whole lot of other work too. I'm meeting students throughout the day. Mm-hmm. I have office hours. I run puzzle dinners.
Puzzle dinners? What's that?
Oh,
like jigsaw puzzles?
Well, a lot of people wish, but these are math puzzles, which are kind of like jig puzzles. Like you're just trying to piece everything together. But more specifically, we're trying to work on math competitions.
Oh, math competitions, huh?
Yeah,
like who can add 2 + 2 the fastest?
Not quite. It's a little bit harder than that.
Oh, okay.
So these are trick questions more.
Oh, trick questions. Those always get me.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, for example, if you have a 100-story building and 2 bricks, and you want to figure out from which height can you drop the brick and it does not break. And you want to do this in the fewest number of drops. How can you do this? And so, for example, one thing you could do, you could start on floor 1, drop the brick. If it doesn't break, it works there. You go up to the 2nd floor, you drop the brick again, and then you keep on going until it breaks. Yeah. And then you'd be like, oh, I figured out which floor it was.
Oh, that's like testing, right?
That's like testing.
Like the scientific method.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But imagine you could drop it from the 100th floor. You would have to do this 100 times.
Oh, yeah, that would take a long time.
So there is a better way.
Oh, yeah? Using what, math?
Well, I'm not sure I want to spoil it entirely.
Oh, okay.
But
we'll let the kids figure it out at home, right? Do you have any hints?
Yeah, I have a little hint. So imagine this. Imagine you would go up to the 10th floor and drop the brick from there.
Yeah.
If it survives, well, then you don't need to check floors 1 through 9.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you go up to the 20th floor and you drop it there. No problem. Imagine you make it all the way up to the 100th floor, jumping 10 floors at a time. But it breaks when you drop it from the 100th.
Oh,
well, you've tried the 10th, 20th, all the way through the 90th. Well, now you just have to check.
Somewhere between 90 and 100.
Exactly, Desi. See, you're great at math.
Oh, wow, I could do one of these puzzle dinners, huh?
Absolutely.
Do you recommend not throwing bricks off of buildings?
You should be very careful when you do that.
Okay, good advice, good advice. Well, wonderful. Let's see. What classes are you teaching right now?
So I'm teaching 2 fantastic classes. I'm teaching applied real analysis and harmonic analysis. So a lot of analysis.
Harmonic analysis. Does that have anything to do with music?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Right.
Oh, I love music.
Oh, fantastic.
Math and music?
Absolutely.
I like listening to lots of music while doing my math problems.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
They go really hand in hand. I mean, you see a lot of mathematicians that love and are great at music, and a lot of musicians that are great at math.
Well, drumming is all about counting, right? That's what they say.
Oh, rhythm, exactly.
Yeah.
That is very mathematical in nature.
So,
and so the name harmonic analysis comes from the harmonics when you have a tone.
oh, wow. Like waves, right? Like
Exactly.
sound comes in waves and music and the ocean. Do you talk about all those kinds of things?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right, let's see. Now, here's a fun fact, and I think this is so cool.
Okay.
That you are from Iceland.
That is true.
And that, as I understand, there's not a whole lot of people in the world from Iceland when you think about it, proportionately. How many people live in Iceland?
Is about 330,000 people.
Wow, that's not a whole lot. That's almost like, what, Berkshire County?
Right.
Well, yeah, a little bit more than that. Wow.
It's like 1,000th of the population of the
Oh,
U.S.
Wow. That's kind of a small country. Well,
Right.
which means you're extra special because you speak Icelandic.
That is
too,
correct.
Which is such a cool language. You might remember from a few years ago there was a big volcano in Iceland, right? That kind of stranded everybody in Europe because it was just spouting and throwing everything into the air. They couldn't fly planes. Now everybody, I remember here in the United States, was having a very hard time pronouncing the name of that volcano, right? Well, I actually have a few Icelandic words here.
Oh, thank you, Desi.
Yeah, check that out. And I would love, we're going to put them up on the screen down here.
Yeah.
And I would love for you to pronounce them for us. Now, first is the name of that volcano. Now, you make it sound really easy. Can you pronounce that name?
Oh, it's just Eyjafjallajökull.
Is that it?
Yeah, Eyjafjallajökull.
Oh, I can't even do it. That's amazing. Well, there's a couple other there. What's the next one you got?
The next one, Hæstaréttar málflutningsmaður.
Oh my goodness, what does that mean?
It's like a lawyer for the Supreme Court.
Oh, wow. Like in Iceland?
In Iceland, yeah.
Like, would you call Supreme Court Justice in the United States, would you call them the same thing?
Well, this is more like a person that delivers the cases in front of the Supreme Court.
Oh, almost like an attorney or a lawyer?
Exactly.
Oh, okay, cool. What's the next one? They're getting longer and longer. These are long words. Let's put that one down there.
Okay.
All
so
right.
This one is byggingaverkfræðingur.
I can't even attempt to try to pronounce them. Say it one more time.
Byggingaverkfræðingur.
What is that one?
That one is civil engineer.
Oh, a civil engineer.
Yeah.
See, I can pronounce civil engineer.
Right.
That's much easier.
That one is not so bad.
All right. There's one more there, right?
Whoa.
That one's really long.
I have to prepare for this one.
All right. It's got a tongue twister for you.
Yeah.
All right.
So I believe this is the longest word in Icelandic.
Oh, wow. I found a good one.
Yeah, so brace yourself.
Okay. All
Okay. Vaðalaheiðar vegavinnuverkfærageymsluskúra útidyralyklu kippir fingur.
Oh my gosh. That is awesome.
Yeah.
And what is that? What did you say that was?
Whoa, so that one takes you got to break it down into little bits and pieces. So this is going to take a while.
Those Germanic languages, they're crazy sometimes, right?
I know. Vaðalaheiði, that's the first bit of this word. It's the location, it's a beautiful heath in Iceland.
Oh, cool.
And vegavinna means road work. And then you have verkfærageymsluskur, which is the shed where you store the tools. And so this is probably a word about people that are working on the roads that go over this heath. And then you have útidyralykla kippir fingur. So this is the
I love it.
keychain for your key to that shed that stores the tools.
Wow! So it's almost like a whole phrase in one word.
Exactly.
So it's like the keychain and the key of the guy that did the toolbox of the guys that are working on the road in this part of Iceland.
Exactly.
That's how you would say it in English.
Exactly.
Well, cool. Well, some happy news. You recently got married, isn't that right? Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And you're going on a little honeymoon, I understand?
Absolutely.
Where are you going?
Peru.
Peru in South America.
Exactly.
Well, that's wonderful. Congratulations. So do you guys like, she's a math major, a math person as well,
She's
right?
a mathematician as well. Yep.
Awesome. So do you guys like sit around and stare longingly at each other and prove theorems and stuff?
We definitely talk math, yeah.
Oh,
but we
that's
love
great.
doing
You got
other
something in
things
common.
too. Absolutely. Math is life.
That's right. Speaking of which, just a few days ago was Pi Day, right?
Right.
March
Yes.
14th, which is 314.
Exactly.
And those of you who know pi is 3.14. But it actually goes on from there, doesn't it?
It does.
I could go 3.14159, and then I lose it after that. How many places could you recite pi to?
Can't go any further than you.
You can't?
No.
Oh, well, you got to work on that. That's like a mathematician parlor trick, right?
That is true.
All right. Well, okay. Well, just one more little quick section here. Now it's time for 3 questions with Desi. Eyvi, I've got 3 quick questions here for you. All right, just kind of rapid fire questions. Now,
okay.
Don't be offended when I ask this. Question number 1, is Björk your favorite musician?
No.
No. Is she at least up there in the top 10?
She is up there.
Oh,
Tremendously respect her.
Absolutely. Iceland pride right there. Very
Absolutely.
Good. Now, why, I've heard this question before, I never got an answer. Why is Greenland full of ice and Iceland all green?
Well, it's all about PR, right?
Right.
Yeah, so there was a person that came to Iceland, one of the first people that discovered it, and he showed up a little late. He did not prepare for winter, and he was kind of bummed about how snowy and icy it was, so he called the country Iceland. Now, then Iceland got settled, filled up, and people didn't want any more people showing up, so they decided to stick to this Iceland name.
Oh, just kind of like keep people away.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, go to Greenland. It's nice and green there.
Exactly.
Go there, it's nice. Stay away from our beautiful island.
Right, they needed more people, and unfortunately not enough people went, and so that settlement disappeared, but Iceland stuck around.
Well, stuck around. All right, last one. I'm going to test your American standard measurements. Okay?
Oh, boy.
Here's a quick math question for you.
Okay.
What is the square root of a gross? And you can give your answer in American measurements. What do you think?
Square root of a gross.
Yeah. Well, first you have to know how much a gross is, right?
Well, I was thinking that was going to be a yuck.
A yuck? What's a yuck?
If something is gross, that's pretty
Oh,
terrible.
right, yeah. Well, yeah, a yuck is a square root of a gross. That's a good question.
Yeah.
A gross, do you know how much a gross is?
No.
A gross is a dozen.
Oh.
Which is 144, right?
There
I
you
stumped the mathematician. So the square root of a gross would be?
A dozen.
A dozen. There you
Yeah.
go. So you learned a little math from Desi today.
Exactly.
Well, Eyvi, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Pleasure.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Desi.
Oh, anytime. Enjoy the wonderful spring here and your honeymoon in Peru.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on another episode of Meat and Potatoes. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. Woohoo!